A faculty member at UNLV has been on a mission helping minority and underrepresented students navigate college and get jobs, all in the science and health fields.
Dr. So's Alexis Fernandez has her story for us.
Well, Dr. J, as she's known on campus, is from Poland and understands the importance of education and mentorship. She has changed the lives of countless students, including Ben Jansen. When Ben Jansen became disabled nearly 20 years ago, he says he was lost.
For 2 years, I just kind of sat there, didn't know what to do, didn't want to hear music, didn't want to see anybody dancing, really depressed.
That was until he met Joanna Jerjeska, or Dr. J, who has helped him get his undergraduate degree and a scholarship to attend law school at UNLV.
So she's always really been there, supporting me, pushing me, encouraging me to overcome, my disability and stuff. And she's helped out a lot, and it's led to this so far.
He's among countless students that Dr. J has helped through UNLV's Multicultural program.
So we encourage young minds to pursue STEM and health science disciplines and ultimately careers. Then once we start recruiting, like middle school, high school, we start recruiting students into the pipeline.
The program was started back in 1989 because of the lack of representation for minority and underrepresented groups.
We don't have representation still in the industries, especially STEM and health science. And we have, of course, we know that a lot of women go for nursing or medical school, so that's not the issue, yes, but I want more male of color going to nursing. I want male of color going to medical school.
The program offers tutoring, employment opportunities, scholarships, and counseling.
Upon graduation, every single one of them is hired, and they hired with really great companies across country.
Dr. J says it's about helping every student succeed.
Army of people, helping students. We're ready to help you. We just need to know the needs.
Dr. J says the program reaches thousands of students each year. If you'd like to learn more about the resources available to students, you can contact the Multicultural program.